In 2024, I'm on a journey to figure out different kind of ways to keep myself entertained. And fortunately or unfortunately, one of the ways that I'm trying to do that is by diversifying what kind of gacha games I play. I know, very original. Today, however, I'm going to be checking out Phantom Reign Soulbinder, a very laid-back gacha that has a focus on community and social aspects, all while having the same traits I love in previous gacha games that I've played. You might be asking yourself though, what exactly is there to do in this game? Are there free pulls? Is there PvP? Well, slow your roll, all will be revealed. Let's get into it. Now there's a few notable aspects about Phantom Reign Soulbinder that I think are definitely pretty important to talk about. The first is that there's an idle feature that allows you to claim rewards after being away from the game for X amount of hours. And now, while I understand that this feature might not be for everyone, I personally feel that there's no better feeling than coming back to a game and gaining several levels or tons of resources and gold just for having existed. The second standout appeal of the game, in my opinion, is the fact that you can pretty much auto-path to everything story or quest related in the game. So while you're being pathed or doing some random auto activity, what you're then free to do is evolve your heroes, upgrade your gear, and collect rewards, all while being pathed to exactly where you need to go. In essence, just based off of the first two features that I've described, you can essentially focus on what waifus or husbandos you want to upgrade. And just to be clear, nowadays it is kind of a rare occurrence to even have husbandos in the game to begin with. In that same vein, however, the next concern that someone might actually have is just how difficult or how easy it is to progress or upgrade your favorite characters in this game. And thankfully, the answer is that the game has plenty of familiar features so that you don't get super overwhelmed and you can kind of just pick it up off the bat. There are battle assistants, there's beginner's guides, there's paths to tell you what to do. The tutorials are pretty straightforward, and just generally speaking, everything in terms of upgrading, evolving your character, summoning, etc. is just direct and upfront, straightforward. Gear and runes have substats and there are set bonuses for equipping similar pieces together, but if some of these systems sound too complex or sound like they take too much effort, there are plenty of quality of life changes or features like upgrading your hero by 5 levels, or fast evolving and condensing, just things that pretty much make your life easier. Now, to be clear, there are plenty of simplifications and condensing of mechanics, like I just mentioned, to prevent you from getting too overwhelmed, but that isn't to say that the game doesn't have its own charm with its complexity. Though there is a straightforward total power or BM count to indicate how powerful your team is, there are plenty of specific stats or features to make you kind of zone in, and if you really want to lock in and upgrade your characters, that's just available to you. You can analyze the different skills available to each character, and that by itself opens up a whole world of possibilities. This is especially true when you look at the depth of this game, or when you start to imagine combos or synergistic pairings when you're trying to play the game. If we backtrack just a little bit before skills, it is incredibly important to note that each character has their own set of main stats and extra stats that will contribute to their performance. And it's not just some arbitrary or convoluted system that you can kind of ignore. Like I mentioned before, there's depth, there's speed considerations. You need to tune your team in a specific order if you want to have your buffers or debuffers go before your damage dealers so that they do maximum damage. There's crit rate, crit damage, and accuracy to consider if you want to maximize your damage output with your DPS. And like I mentioned previously as well, there are runes to also customize what sort of stat bonuses you wish to include on your heroes, and all of these contribute to the actual intensity or gameplay experience outside of just being autopath or doing quests on the daily. Side note, each of these characters has their own list of personality traits and you can interact with them to get to know them more. And again, maybe it's just me personally, but I've always enjoyed the idea of dorms and getting to know my waifus better. However, even with the combat, the amity, and the rune system, I still haven't really talked about what I'm most excited for. And yeah, that's just this entire tab that's dedicated to skins. Now, like many of you, I fixate on the lore of games, but I do also typically try to fixate on a character or two that I really enjoy the designs of. In Phantom Reign Soulbinder, that character for me is Sea Conqueror for plenty of reasons. Now, while she definitely is my favorite character design-wise, it's time to talk to you about the second reason why I'm super infatuated with this character. Yes, it's the fact that this game does in fact have player versus player. It has PvP. For what feels like the first time ever, there is actually some aspect of fighting other players in a gacha game. Those of you familiar with Epic 7, the main game that I stream and make content for, or other gacha games that I played in the past, know that I am a big advocate for player versus player gameplay. And in Phantom Reign Soulbinder, thankfully you have access to fight against all of these non-player characters. Psych! There's a real-time arena! Oh boy, did you expect that one? The exact details on this are to come. However, an arena system to fight against defenses, the ability to fight against other players and laugh like a lunatic when you beat or steal someone's win away from them. This is truly the beginning of your villain origin story. And if it weren't apparent enough from my initial comments, this isn't just some random gacha game that focuses on shiny effects. It has guilds. It has guild bosses, free rewards, community play. Again, I don't really think I have to spell it out for you guys, but these are very similar features to gacha games that have excelled and worked out well. Another interesting community or social feature that I haven't quite touched on yet is the fact that you can join up with friends and create squads to complete certain activities, clear tasks, or anything in between. Now, all of this is well and good. The gameplay itself really is a breath of fresh air from needing to constantly stare and analyze what's going wrong with your game every single second. But I know that there is still something that I need to address, and it is kind of an elephant in the room, if you will. Graphics in a video game are extremely important to some, and while some games can get away with varying levels of graphics quality, the question still needs to be asked if this game can do the same. Here's my honest take. When I first took a look at this game, I was immediately reminded of my time as a kid trying to find the perfect MMORPG. I wanted a game where I could play as a knight with a sword and shield. I really liked the idea of swinging swords, beating up bad guys, or, you know, completing a quest and being a hero. I had things going on IRL that just made me want to run away and hide into video games. But this idea of appealing to nostalgia is no new concept in this day and age. Now again, being transparent, though this game is definitely not designed to require some supercomputer to run, it tugged on my heartstrings as someone that definitely had scoured all of the internet as a kid trying to find the perfect MMORPG. And while I'm definitely not trying to say that the game is perfect, I do think that loading up and traveling around the world while seeing my character's appearance update in real time with the gear that I find on the ground or from quests is definitely something that just makes me feel good. Progression and feeling the direct impact of my actions in real time has always been something that I valued highly. And let's not get it twisted here, guys. This is exactly what we're getting. Your gear changes, your skills change. I mean, really your entire account changes right before your eyes. And again, if we're just being truthful here, that really isn't something that typically happens in gacha games. Backtracking just a little bit once again, I do want to make clear that the nostalgia of the game is not limited to its graphics, but also to the gameplay loop that the game has. Clearing story and then focusing on upgrading your heroes to clear harder raids or bosses is pretty much a staple for anyone that enjoys MMORPGs. But the fact that I could do all of these things while also potentially pulling for a cute waifu appeases both the gambler and the part of me that wants to see meaningful rewards to my investment of time. I do want to show you guys what I got from my initial pulls as well, just so you can kind of get a taste of what the Gamba and gacha looks like in this game. So guys, enjoy as I may or may not strike gold, who knows? See you all in a second. I've basically done about like an hour worth of summons and playing of the game, so surely I have enough, I guess, books or pulls to get something worthwhile, right? Surely. Let's get into it. Hey, here we go. Nice little summon animation on the ground. Oh, and okay, really good. What I'm actually looking for is for some of these characters to be like imprinted into each other as well, and they can be used to evolve. Come on, show me S's, show me S's, show me S's. Oh, gold summoning books. Let's see if we get enough. Ta-da! Oh, I got an SS. Okay, very nice. But I am just looking for double S characters at this point. We've already got him. Please no. I mean, wood. anyways, we still have a few more summons. Wow, that's really interesting. So like you get a better list of characters if you have people help you. Oh, okay. We've got Prometheus. Still worth it. Still worth looking at. Let's get our summon on. Double S, but these are for lower level characters. Very interesting. Like I didn't expect the level of depth for the gacha to be like this quite. Okay, that has to be good. So this is Duke of Fate. Okay, increases. Oh, okay. So so it's like a damage increase, and he also gives crit rate. That's always pretty much good. I don't think that there's ever been a game where that's not good. All right, here we go. Oh, wait. So this is a 5-star. I thought the 4 stars were good, but this is a 5-star double S character. It's like a defense break in addition to a damage increase. Then you also have a stun and unhealable. What the heck? I mean, well, I know who I'm picking. I know what character I'm focusing on. So at the end of it all, guys, Phantom Reign Soulbinder has a lot of potential. There really hasn't been a gacha that I've seen recently that's focused so much on the social or togetherness aspect of playing a gacha game, and thus this game is kind of nice to see. Most cooperative aspects in a gacha game involve being summoned to a world, running around for a little bit, and then logging off, or in all honesty, they just don't have co-op at all. This game defies that norm, and honestly, it does a pretty good job just with its base level features for a gacha game, all while appealing to those that actually want to play with others at the same time. Now, between having the option to play this game as a simplistic auto battler or as an in-depth PvP focused intense grinder, I for one appreciate the way that this game has dressed itself up. Anyways guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed my first impressions, kind of thoughts on Phantom Reign Soulbinder. I know I've been doing a couple more sponsored videos recently. However, I do appreciate everyone that watches or supports these videos. If you did want to support me though, guys, make sure to check out the rest of my socials: Discord, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, etc. In addition, make sure to like, comment, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about this game and I guess different kind of gacha games in general that play like this. As always, I also stream on YouTube and Twitch pretty much every day when I can. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you on the next one. Adios.